do something different. With Chun-Li, you guys are completing or not completing, continuing my my tour of anime characters. Monsterific as I want this to be. This 0.5 marker. Another 0.5 marker. 0.8 marker, please. Give me a line. Yeah, if you go to albertmoy.com, that's my art rep. He's got everything there. I will give you fair warning. It's a little on the pricier end, and I say that. Tongue in cheek, as they say. Kind of like the eyes a little lower. I was going to fix that with white out. I do like the idea that there's some kind of texture to it. So I'll play that up a little bit. Hope they're good suggestions. Alright, so once I go in with, here's the proof of concept, what I'm thinking about. Like it's almost like his skin is large textures. And you're like going, I thought you don't like doing the web kind of stuff, but I don't mind if it's like organic like this, because it's basically, I assume it kind of changes every time you draw it. Whereas the character moves around, right? Yeah, how is everyone doing? Are any of you guys still at the show? How many of you guys did I meet yesterday at the show? I know Beliasa was there. Anyone else? trying to keep the musculature pretty organic. So if you look at the line, not doing a lot of straight lines. I'm kind of making the line a little wobbly looking. It's almost like his flesh is undulating. I kind of want to change out the kind of want it down here. Or do I? Sure, why not? Going there. It goes like this. Whoops. Okay. 3 lines like that. Here's a little trick for you guys. I don't have a compass, but I have this. So I'm going to draw the circle like that, and then these lines have to be roughly the same. Looks like I nailed it pretty well. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. But you know, let's go a little wider. I don't want to get too close to that wall there. Group of fans I've seen yet. I have not eaten yet. I think my stomach. But don't worry, man. I will sacrifice my physical needs for you guys. Um, yeah, the Cheez-Its. I'm actually trying to eat healthier. I've been kind of trying to run. I really didn't get to see much of Calgary, although yesterday morning I did get up and I jogged around the hotel. It's nice, nice. It's worth another visit sometime, for sure. And the fans were so nice. Now, of course, someone's going to be like, "Stop misrepresenting fans as not being nice." Just saying, just saying. I don't think I was stereotyping. See, you were using your own prejudices to read into something that wasn't there. So, I think it was a statement on your own. I don't care. Anyway, I am going to put some white, not using white out per se, but I want white on the figure as a highlight. So I'm going to do it like this and see what happens. Kind of a different texture than I'm used to doing. Normally it's just like black and you kind of render the edges. We'll see how this turns out. I don't know. Just trying something different. Trying to do something kind of out of my comfort zone and do a different kind of Venom. Probably should draw a little faster. They do say fan is short for fanatical, right? So I think by definition, if you're a fan, that means you've got some pretty strong beliefs. All right, if you're chill, just kind of. Thank you. I do try. The difference between Trek and Trekker and Trekkie. Look, I'm fine being a Trekkie. Trekker sounds just, you know, it's, I think you're trying to sanitize something. Like, I embrace Trekkie, man. I'm a Trekkie. Proud. Trekker sounds so boring. Right? Someone that's too dignified to be like, I'm not one of those. I'm a Trekker. Embrace it. I'm not a fur. I'm a furry. A Trekist. Please do not put words in my mouth. Nothing Captain Kirk. That's a no-brainer, man. Man, that's a no-brainer. Gotta go Kirk all the way. And let me explain why. And I feel like I have to do this. I generally try to stay out of these kind of controversies. Because you never know who you might meet in real life. I don't want to offend anyone. I respect all the people that love Next Generation, but to me, that's not my Star Trek. I think it took all the idealistic notions of the original series and followed through on that, and I think that's to be applauded. But I think that was the inherent beauty of the original show, which was that they have this prime directive. You guys all know what the prime directive is, right? Not to mess with the development of other civilizations' progress. They were there strictly to be observers, to facilitate, to help. But every single episode, they went and messed with with the indigenous people, right? Captain Kirk always violated the prime directive. And I think that was part of the message of the show, which is like, it's great to have these idealistic notions, but at the end of the day, it's like civil disobedience. You got to know when to fight for what's right, as opposed to what the law or the rule of the land says. All right. Those of you who aren't familiar with civil disobedience, it's basically this notion like, hey, what happens when the system is corrupt? What happens when there's injustice, and the only way to fight injustice is by being against the law, right? It's a fancy way of saying I don't want to listen to authority. So that was the beauty of the original show, and that no matter how many people they had on the ship, specialists and whatnot, the only one that could sort of solve the problem was always this man who took things in his own hands, a person who took things in their own hands, whether it's Kirk, Spock, McCoy. And the Next Generation, they always seem to rely on the computer, the holodeck. The computer solved way too many of the problems. I don't know, in my opinion. That's just me. But I understand there are people that live and die by Next Generation. And I did watch a number of the episodes. It just wasn't for me. And look, there were some ridiculous things in the original series for sure. But it had its own charm. I really liked it for those reasons. Picard broke the rules all the time. Okay, sure. Oof, too far. I don't know what kind of advice are you talking about. Let me know. I'm happy to dish it out. I'm happy to have people disagree in chat. How about breaking the prime directive and drawing X-Men again? I've drawn the X-Men in this stream quite a bit, and that was meant. Follow your heart's passion, right? I think for a career was because I just reached out to people and said, hey, if you ever need, help with this, or if you need a fill-in issue on X-Men, let me know. Portfolio, while you're waiting for that guy, do you mind looking at my work? Those are actual things that happened to me. And I kind of shudder to think, like, what if I just said nothing? If I just stood there and hadn't kind of asked? And I guess it's really the whole the squeaky wheel gets oiled kind of philosophy, right? You guys are familiar with that? Thank you. The sub, I appreciate it. It's kind of funny. When I was in Italy, I was using this new ink that I bought at a store in Milan. Super tart-like and very thick and kind of tough to work with, but it did definitely give me a nice solid shiny black. And here I am using my traditional ink, rapidograph ink, and I'm going, oh, that's kind of washed out. Those are the only opportunities I have. The Friday night, not so popular, so I'm probably going to move away from that going forward. Sometimes I don't move so, that's why I keep it all clean in here. I applaud that, that's cool. bringing down like kind of the base, and then I'll come back in and add detail and spruce it up, whatnot. Put all the base tones down first. In the old days, I would just do bus. I think I would do 3, maybe. Did I ever do 4? Probably not. But they would go faster. As you can see from that Colossus. Oops. Chun-Li, come back. There we go. Just adding some noodling onto this sketch. So this will be step 25. I have to clean up the Chun-Li. For those of you who are interested in the Chun-Li, It's a silent auction. You whisper. You can do it on a mobile as well. You just have to dig around for the whispers, but you whisper me. If you put in the whisper Chun-Li and the amount that you want to bid, just interesting. I feel like I've can really hear the polymer tip. I don't know if there's more slots left. The person to talk to is Albert Moy. He gives me the updated list. The image I put up was one of the larger commissions, but there's smaller ones as well. Yeah, Albert's the guy. I'll refer you to him. Okay. I think I'm done with this one. This is a little too obvious, so I'm going to add a couple more webs, kind of break it up a little bit. Go in and chunk some of the light sources back in, because I kind of liked some of these. Things I was doing here. That's what I messed up. I need to do stuff like that. I had everything going to an intersection. I just need some more of these kinds of things to make it look more like webs. Focus right here, dude.
That's all I do. That's all I do.